everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am diving into my blog and I just wanted to share some of this process with you and kind of my plan for it. I'm not going to show you anything that I'm doing quite yet. That'll be a future blog, but I really just want to like record this to know my starting point and then show you what actually happens. I think there's a big difference between what I say I'm going to do and then what actually happens and what works the best. So it'd be easy for me to do like, you know, 10 steps to start your blog, which I've done before, but actually doing them and just talking about what that process looks like. So if you're new to my channel, you might not know that I started blogging with a hobby blog on Wix. My intention wasn't to make money. I knew that you could, but I really just wanted to start this blog and see where it took me. And it started to grow and I was making a little bit of money, but I want this to be part of my full-time income, and Wix just has so many limitations. And I need to make the switch to WordPress. And my original plan, my very first video, was why I'm switching from Wix to WordPress. Well, now it's been 4 months since that video, and I've decided to actually break up my blog into a hobby blog and into a blog about blogging. I've decided to niche down and just talk about blogging on a separate blog because of SEO and keywords and just driving specific traffic to that channel. My hobby blog was a little bit of everything, and again, I had success with that. I had people coming to it and I was getting a following and sharing tips about the area and slow living and just our lifestyle, but I don't want that to be like the core of what I do. I want to help others start a blog. So initially I was going to switch everything, like my whole hobby blog, from Wix to WordPress. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a totally separate website and blog focused on blogging over on WordPress. And then once I have that established and up and running, because for my business, for, you know, blogging as a business, I think that's going to be the most effective step for me. And then once I have that kind of settled and I feel good about that, then I will switch my hobby blog over. So I'm going to walk you through the steps that I have planned out, again, in my very official looking planning paper here. Actually, this one's cut off this time, so extra official. And then as well as the days that I plan on doing it, because my goal is to go live on Monday. So today's Tuesday. I want to be live by Monday. We'll see if that happens. That's a bold statement, saying that to you guys. Wow, I've had it written down, I've had it in my mind, but I haven't said it aloud. So now I feel like I'm going to be held to that, which is a good thing. My first step is going to be to sign up for WordPress.org. I'm going to do a video on this soon, but there's a difference between WordPress.org and WordPress.com. So I want to build, you know, my blog and set up an account with WordPress.org. That's step 1. And then step 2 that I'm going to do is purchase and decide on a domain name. I want to talk about the domain name for a second because this is super important. So I think what I'm trying to build long term, I probably want around my name. Like at some point, you know, sometime in the future, it'll just be StephCastelein.com. But right now I don't have a huge following. I don't have high traffic numbers. So I think, you know, obviously Castelein isn't very easy to spell. So I want something that people will be able to find me and works well with SEO in the title and my domain name, as well as I can just say, hey, visit, you know, and just have it roll off my tongue. Instead of saying like Steph Castelein, the 2 E's, the E before that, you know, like fishing, you know, Castelein, all those things. I want something that someone can just find super easy. So I think for this purpose, again, I'm going to share what this looks like with you when I actually go to do it, but this is my plan ahead of time. I'm going to come up with a domain name that has to do with blogging because that's what this blog is specifically about. I don't know at all what that's going to look like. I am going to use Lean Domain Search to help me out with that and to come up with the domain name that's available. I actually did a whole video on this and you guys should check that out because I thought it was genius. It gives you modifier ideas to your keyword that you want. So I'm planning on doing step 1 and step 2 tomorrow, which is Wednesday. So that will be my first chunk of setting up my blog. So my third step is deciding on hosting. Right now, today, I am planning on going with SiteGround. That might change. So I'm dedicating Thursday afternoon to doing a little bit more research. I've already done some research, but I'm going to do a little bit more and deciding officially what hosting platform I'm going with. My next step, step 4, is installing WordPress, and I'm trying to decide if I will have enough time to do that on Thursday, and if not, I'll just shift that down to Friday. Yeah, SiteGround. I think I'm going to SiteGround, and I plan on doing some videos that break this down for you guys, and I'll explain why I'm choosing SiteGround or whatever hosting platform I decide on when I choose that. So stay tuned to see what that looks like. And then I am going to do some research and decide on a WordPress theme. I think today is Tuesday, I'm going to put out on my Facebook groups, the blogging groups, what people recommend for a theme and try and decide one that would be best for me. I love the way that my Wix website is currently set up, and I would want to do something similar to this, but it doesn't have to look exactly like this. I don't know. Again, that's part of the research that I'm going to dedicate in the afternoon to, as well as site speed and just ease of use and just what would be best for my situation, because I have no experience coding or building a website other than using Wix, which is super user friendly, but again, just has its limitations. When I start thinking about like that process of doing the research, of deciding and making that choice, like I know how paralyzing that can be, and I tell you guys, and I tell, you know, other friends and family that I have that are starting blogs to, you know, make a decision and you can always change. But making that decision is like, ooh, sometimes it just, you know, you're stuck in paralysis to actually just go forward with it. So I'm gonna put it out on Facebook groups and do a little bit of my own research. Again, that's planned for Friday, and then pick something and go with it and see what happens. So then Saturday in step 6, I am dedicating to writing my first blog post, and it's not going to be perfect. It's probably going to be the first draft, and getting into H1, H2, H3 headers. I've never even considered that on my Wix blog before, but doing some, you know, keyword research, some header research, some SEO, as well as adding pages. So I'm going to do something similar to my Wix website that I have now. I'm going to have my homepage, obviously, an about me page, my blogging page. Now, from that, I do have some plans to add a few different pages, like a facts page, as well as like a Steph recommendation page, you know, with some Amazon affiliate links. So that will probably be added onto at a later date. But right now for Friday, once I get that first blog post up and running and I do the research for the headers and all the different facets of doing a proper blog, I'm also going to set up those very basic pages and probably use what I have on Wix right now as like my bio, and then go back and change things as I continue to learn more. So again, just making those decisions and getting it simply down, and then, you know, growing as you go. Okay, so that brings me to Sunday in step 7. I'm going to dive into more research on using plugins, as well as customizing it, you know, even more. So I'll get that blog post finished up. I know for sure that I'm going to include Yoast SEO and hopefully sign up for Google Analytics for this blog. I have it on my Wix blog, but I want to have it mostly set up for this new blog. So just getting some of those, you know, customization tools set, as well as looking into other plugins. I've read a lot about anti-spam and just some privacy things. I don't know for sure what this looks like today, but that is what I have planned out for Sunday in the final step of getting my blog to be live. That is definitely not the final step. I also need to include a contact form for my email list. Right now, I have been using my email list for my hobby blog, and it's been a little bit of anything and everything. I have about 300 subscribers on that. But in the shift that I'm doing in building this as a blogging business, I know that my list building is going to be really, really important, and I want to just start that as soon as I can. So I need to figure out if I'm going to do that, you know, right away on Sunday and when I go live, or if I'm going to put that off for another week and then just build that in at a future date, which will probably, as I say that out loud and think about it right here on the spot, I bet that's what happened. So anyway, that's why it's at the bottom of the list. Down here says email, and I'll figure that out maybe next week. So that's kind of the plan, guys. I just wanted to share that with you because I haven't, you know, done a brand new blog and website in a year and a half now, and obviously using a different program, and I've never used hosting before, and coming up with a new, oh my gosh, sorry, I'm like thinking of all the things I have to do now. My words aren't keeping up, but coming up with a domain name, and I'm just really excited. This has been a long time coming. I've been talking about it a lot on my YouTube channel, and a big reason why I started my YouTube channel is to follow this journey of now monetizing, you know, blogging. You guys get to be a part of it. You guys get to see exactly what this looks like, and I just want to share that mindset with you instead of telling you here's the 10 things to do or 7 steps to build a blog. Like, maybe it'll be 14 steps, or maybe it'll be 3, like who knows, and maybe this won't take me a whole week. maybe it'll take me longer. So today's Tuesday, I'm filming this today and going to edit it real quick and then get it live, and then tomorrow I'm going to start on the blog. Guys, thank you so much for being a part of this journey. I'm doing it, I'm diving in. This is a big moment. I always get so excited for my followers and you guys when you write to me and you're like, I'm just starting, I'm diving in, and I'm like, that's part of the journey. It's so exciting. I know that feeling, those butterflies and like the unknown. Like I have so much to learn. And I'm ready for it, I'm ready. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with a friend if you would. And yeah, we'll be seeing you guys real soon. Hope you have a wonderful day wherever you are. I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye!